Listen, 80% of the time, conversations that we have involve just me, myself, and I. Okay? And maybe there's some of you out there that feel like 100% of that time it does not go very well, having conversations with yourself. And I wanted to share this with you guys because I had an example of that today this morning. And there's two things that I suggest to help you with that. One is to have a little talk with Jesus. All right? If there's any Randy Travis fans, it's a great song from back in the day. The other thing is this, personal development. If you have a talk with Jesus, okay, every day, if devotion, if you have personal development 20 minutes a day, guys, that's going to make 80% of your conversations go a lot better. Okay, so let me give you an example. So today I woke up 8 o'clock, and I slept in. I had to leave by 8:15 to get to church. Wasn't happening, even though church is 2 miles on the road. My wife's sick. I was going to take my baby with me, and I couldn't because I didn't want to wake her and the baby up, and I didn't want to get rush out the door. So next thing you know, the conversation with me, myself, and I didn't go very well. Beat myself up a little bit. Was very upset for sleeping in, that kind of stuff. And next thing I did was, I thought, okay, now it's time to do some of my own devotion. And this is where this comes into play with what I just mentioned, guys, talking with God, okay? Didn't get to church, but I decided, you know what? I can do my own devotion. And in doing so, this is what happened, guys. I had 3 verses come up today in my devotion. I wanted to share those verses with you and just very quickly share to you what those devotions that scripture meant to me in my devotion today, because guys, that's talking with God right there. That's taking myself out of the equation. That's trying to listen to what God has to say. So I'm not going to read the scriptures for you. I'm going to tell you what they are. I encourage you to read them, okay, or encourage you to do some devotion of your own, okay. But the key point is this, guys. I had a little talk with God today, okay, and that overcame myself, and I got myself out of the way from the conversation how it started today, which was very frustrating. So the first thing that I read today, or that came up, was John chapter 14, verses 17 through 9. Okay, the second thing that came up today was Romans chapter 5, verse 5. And the last one that came up today, guys, was Romans chapter 8, verse 8. Okay, and here's the themes from those 3. Okay, those 3 verses, what spoke to me today was this. Okay, you are not an orphan. Okay, and personally, throughout my life, I've had some times where, internally, one of my struggles was I felt alone, so I felt like an orphan. Okay, that's very important. This is a very important topic for me. The second thing that came up, okay, within that reading was it said, you are adopted. Okay, guys, that's been very strong for me, especially in the last several years with some of the things that I've gone on with, is, in that feeling of feeling like an orphan, feeling alone, to hear you are adopted to me, and having it come from the higher power, okay, God. In my reading, that was very powerful to me. The third thing is this, guys, and the most important thing I took away from this, okay, is in that reading, talks about God pouring into our souls, okay? And the reason I'm going to say that that's important and that spoke to me today, guys, is this, okay? You have your mind, your body, and your soul, okay? And a lot of times we live in that order. We live in what we feed our mind, feeds our body, feeds our soul. And a lot of times that does not go very well. Okay, a lot of times we don't fill our mind, we don't fill our body, we don't fill our soul, with good things, and it trickles down, right? So it's very important then to understand that you can do the opposite. You can feed your soul, your body, and your mind, and that's what I'm trying to do, guys. And why that's so important to me today is something that's really been on my mind. I've really been trying to, do some posts about, talk about things like that, is what I call the H2O effect, okay? H2O being water. You got to have water to hydrate your body. You got to have water to fuel your mind, if you're in sports and activities, other kind of stuff like that. But to me, more important, and with these verses of, okay, God pouring into us, okay, is I look at H2O as heart-to-heart opportunities. And that's something that I'm really trying to hit head on this year, guys, is if you can fuel your spirit, if you can fuel your soul, okay, with heart-to-heart opportunities, meaning going out there and talking to friends, to family, to even some strangers at times, guys, not to being afraid. That's what it means to me, guys, when God's pouring into you, is can you get out there and can you pour that love into others? Okay, if you guys see my posts, if you guys seen things recently, one of the things I've been kind of really trying to go towards is this idea that, when you wake up in the morning, you're either going to do one of two things. You're either going to dress with fear or with love. Okay, and if you understand that, what comes out of fear and love is, okay, success comes out of love, okay? Failure comes out of fear. And so that's something I'm trying to do. And it's very important because I'm making this video because I'm not really good at making videos. I don't like to make videos. which is kind of ironic because I do eventually want to be a motivational speaker. So I'm trying to overcome my fear with love. Okay, love for myself, love for others, okay, love for this craft, and I'm going to struggle at it. But those are the three things that hit me today, guys, is, okay, woke up, had a conversation with myself, didn't go very well. Okay, went directly to the best personal development, which was my talk with God, and God spoke back, and I listened. Okay, so if you can do those things, and if you take anything out of this mumble jumble of a video, just take that into consideration, guys. Okay, personal development, 20 minutes a day, have a devotion, talk, and 80% of the conversations you have in life that are with yourself might get better. Hope this adds value to you guys. Sorry for it not being organized, but just had to get this video out there. It was on my mind. So if you have any, if this adds any value to you, just please give me your feedback. Thanks. Take care.